Today we are going to be looking at Chapter 4, Lesson 2, which is about the periodic table of elements. So in this lesson, our objective will be to be able to identify different elements on the periodic table, including the name, symbol, atomic number, and atomic mass for the first 20 elements. Here it is. This is the big periodic table of the elements. So looking at this table, this is all of the elements or atoms that make up our entire, basically, universe. Anything that's made out of, anything is made out of these elements. And there's a lot of them. But this lesson, we're only going to be focusing on the first 20, which you'll be able to see here in a few minutes. So the periodic table shows all the atoms that everything in the known universe is made from. Each box contains information about a different atom, and it's kind of like the alphabet. You know, we only have 26 letters in the alphabet, but we have thousands and thousands and thousands of words. Well, there's about 100 or so atoms or elements on the table, and in different combinations together, they make up millions of different substances, like H2O. H2O is hydrogen and oxygen combined. So what is H2O? That's water. But when you put those elements together, that's how you make that combination. An atom and an element, are they the same or different? Because our table is called the periodic table of elements, but we're sitting here talking about atoms. Well, the term atoms and elements can be used interchangeably as if they are the same thing. The atom, when you think about it, the atom is the smallest particle or the building block of a substance. An element is a substance made up of all the same type of atom. So, like, we have carbon on the periodic table, but if you're making an element, you're going to have more than just one atom of carbon. You may have 10 atoms of carbon. That's what it turns into an element. So they are still all atoms. Elements are just kind of like a group put together. All right, I don't know what happened, but on the slide that you saw before this, there's a video, and you need to click on it, and it's a song about Meet the Elements, and we'll listen to that in class as well. But for this lesson, we are going to be looking at the first 20 elements on the periodic table. So they're all explained here, and you're like, there's a big letter, there's a word, there's numbers, like what does all this mean? Well, let's take a look. So the big letter right here in the beginning, that is the symbol. It's a shorthand abbreviation for the element name. So if you're going to use a symbol for carbon, you would just use the letter C. Obviously here is the element name, okay? So we have the whole name, then we have the symbol. The number here is the atomic number. So the number of protons in the nucleus of the atom is also considered the atomic number. And then the bottom number, which is a little different, it usually has a decimal and might be a little bit bigger of a number, that is the atomic mass. So the average mass of the atoms in an element. So like the weight, we're talking about mass, you know, how heavy is it? So in our lesson, in the questions below, we're going to be learning about some of the atoms in the first 20 of the periodic table.